wanted to welcome you to the morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm Jason Carey, and you are visiting Jason Carey Guitar, and I appreciate that. So I wanted to wish you good morning and welcome. We work on breath. We are working on tuning. We're working on, good morning, Sky. Good morning, Kevin. We are working on mechanical chromatic style warm-ups. All of this is, they're contributing factors to mitigate risk that we will not become the guitar player of our dreams, right? So that's the entire point of what we are doing. If you're just visiting today, I will continue to just prompt reminders of what it is we are doing, but we're focusing on breath, we're focusing on tuning up and maintaining our tune, which is inclusive of tuning the guitar, tuning our bodies, tuning our minds, tuning our, so tuning is it's a much larger and more broad concept than I once knew, right? So tuning is an ongoing discussion, and once in a while you will see me retune the guitar. I get a little bit crazy with it. Sometimes I pull the strings out of tune. But the mechanical practice, the chromatic style practice sequences are designed to, get me where I feel like I want to go. And if I am approaching a repertoire piece, it's on the B list. My A list is all my A list songs are in place and all perfection. Practice so much that I can't make a mistake, blah, blah, blah. But the B list stuff, as I'm adding new pieces to repertoire, if I identify that there's a position or a place or a technique or a passage or a technical issue while I'm developing these new pieces that are trying to make the A-list, they are, complicated passages are identified, and then what I do is try to build finger patterns that will help me get to where I need to go and help to deepen my experience as a guitar practitioner. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We'll go ahead and start by tuning up. And the strap button's right here, so that's kind of a healthy, happy thing to do. Let me put my wardrobe on. Let me complete my wardrobe for today. And I know it's kind of a funny thing to do. I don't typically wear hats, but I thought maybe I'd be a little bit more like Marty Schwartz, Mr. Schwartz. Is that his name, Schwartz? I feel like I'm in the movie Spaceballs. All right, so metronome is, I love Marty. I love everything that he does on his channel. He's just such a great animated, brings some great energy to the table and does some great work. Really love what he's got going on. For sure. So we'll start by tuning up. My A string is in fact in tune, so I wanted to just start there. We'll go ahead and see what we've got going on here. Good morning, Dan. Good morning. I see it looks like I'm got my other screen so I can actually see who's on board this morning. Here's the A. Mark, good morning. Adam O'Neill, Mountain Lifer. So isn't this crazy? We were just on yesterday talking about Mountain Lifer and how this spring, as it's going to be in the 50s here today, but as we proceed to get warmer and warmer, our mornings are going to be spent with mountainous backdrops. So Mountain Lifer is also a guitar player, and so it's likely that we'll both be on top of an Appalachian mountain hill somewhere, doing the warm-up together, the morning ritual together. So maybe we'll get a chance to meet Mr. Mountain Lifer in person in the near future. He's been a great guide in the hills and knows what he's up to. So we'll look forward to that. We have some really cool things to look forward to. So here's the A. Great to have you here, Mountain Lifer. Yeah, what a great name. Raul, good morning. Kevin, good morning again. Robbie, good morning. I'm just getting ready to get the A string off the ground. Dan, good morning, Dan from the north. How's it going, eh? Cam, good morning. It's an acoustic guitar. It's a Martin acoustic guitar. It's the DX2E. And just a really cool, it's the you know, my workhorse kind of, everybody laughs, but it's my beater guitar. I like to just kind of put some miles on this, and it's almost a year in my possession now. So I've got, you know, another month or something like that too, and it'll make a year. So we'll have a little happy birthday for it. But here's the A string, and then I'm really just tuning up. So I just typically would, you know me, I'd rough it in first. And then come back and just get the strings kind of roughly where they need to be, and then come back and just double check everything. And you know that I don't like to keep the strings fretted because it adds additional pressure to the string and pulls it that microtonally out of tune. So I like to, when I'm tuning, I like to let the strings kind of breathe as much as they can. So I don't know if you can tell, but I am working on my breathing right now. I'm calculating my breath against the 60 beats per minute on my metronome. I think we're pretty close, so let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see what we've got here. Remember that good posture pays dividends in the long run. So just a reminder that I am doing, good morning, Jill. Good morning, pianist gang. Good morning, Anthony, Mr. Tortorello, good morning. And welcome back, Jill and Sky, good morning. I think I've mentioned you already. That hat with a chew button is the best. I want one. Yeah, it is a chew button, isn't it? It's look what he did. He exposed it to all of that rust, and it's all leaching through the top of the hat. It's becoming a real collector's item. That's my dog Murphy. That's what he does. He finds things, and then he'll bring them back to you, or he'll eat them, or whatever. You know, mostly eat. But he's a good boy. We love him a lot. Suman, good morning. Can you play Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran? Oh yeah, I can. I don't know. I did an Ed Sheeran tune on this channel a while ago. You might go back and just search my channel for Ed Sheeran. So you might find something there. Let me know if it's not, and I'll go ahead and see if we can get it in the schedule. Okay, get it in the pipeline. We hit 20C here. Yeah. Oh, you did. You're really getting there now. It's coming. You know, we're coming. So Anya, Custom Taylor, good morning. Scott Sterling, good morning. Scott's got a guitar on the YouTube, the community's posts section of this page. So if you go to my page and go over to the community posts, we're featuring the guitars of the morning ritual. So you can get to know the guitars of the players that are here in this live chat. So without further ado, we'll get going. 60 beats per minute, 4 attacks per beat. And today I am going back to make reference to Steve Vai's 10-hour guitar workout. And we'll start with fingers 3 and 4 on frets 11 and 12. And with down, up on the pick hand. 1 E and a 2 E and a T. Here we go. Just pretty simple stuff. And if you've been here before, you know that I like to talk through. I like to breathe and talk my way through this morning cycle. Most of us here show up continually and find ourselves here with guitars in hand. We practice these things together. There we go. Just got a little snafu on this. And we do this work together. I know we're alone, but I think some of us really enjoy having the company, right? So the company is good. It's good company, and we have, if you see a blue wrench next to the name of the person in the live chat, that means that they are a moderator, and they are here to just provide a really light and lively and jovial, educational and informative atmosphere that keeps us on track and relating to what our task at hand. And our task at hand is to continually just, I want to set, we can set that right now. Let's set our morning intention. We want to set, whether it's set something for ourselves, for yourself, something, whether it's just guitar related, or if it's life in general related. We'll set our intention for the remainder of our time together here this morning. So we'll go ahead and get that set. And we'll continue on. Fingers 2 and 3 on frets 11 and 12. 1 E and a 2, a T E and a 4. How can I tune by ear? That's a good question. Good morning, Custom Tail. I really appreciate you guys being here. So we're seeing some new faces here. It's exciting to see new faces. We are going to continue to set intentions. Yeah, Robbie's got his morning intentions set, ready to go. I feel like those intentions are good. I think they just help to align my activity for the day. Even though I might completely forget about it for the rest of the day, I know that it's in there. Oh, hey Dan, if you want to have your guitar featured here, you could go on your own YouTube community post, but I've asked that if you wanted to feature your guitar as a morning ritual guitar, a guitar of the morning ritual, you can email me directly, and either me, my person, or my others who have access, might have administrative access to the email, will receive that. So I only ask that you can email me at jasoncareyguitar @gmail, and then in the subject line, if you wouldn't mind, just morning ritual for guitar growth or something like that. Morning ritual for guitar growth, morning ritual. Morning ritual is good for guitar growth because it'll trigger that goes to the right email box, the right smart box. So go ahead and email us. Let me talk through this while I practice. So fingers 1 and 2, 11 and 12, here we go. 2E and a T E and a bow and a. So we have a nice array of guitars coming through, and it's very exciting to see. So if you have a minute, if you could just kind of take a minute with your guitar, take a few shots, a few snapshots, get as detail oriented as you want. I can do up to 5 images. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll edit it down a little bit so it'll conform to our formatting, and then what we do is if you wouldn't mind taking a little time, just really get with the guitar and snap some good quality shots of it if you can, if you have any interest in that, and provide a little bit of a backstory about the guitar, just to reflect what it is that we are doing. Like, why do we even bother doing this? What is the guitar to me? Some of these stories are intergenerational. They've been transferred from family member to family member. They've been newly acquired. There's a really great backstory that I'm sure that you could share with us. Whatever you feel comfortable sharing, we'll edit it down. I've been an editor-in-chief of a fairly large magazine, in my previous lifetime. So. And of course, you all know Scott Fish because he's the past manager and editor-in-chief, managing editor of Guitar Modern Drummer magazine. So we're kind of it's in our wheelhouse. It's within our wheelhouse to kind of help to set up a situation of flattery for the guitar, right? 1 E and a 2, fingers 3 and 4 stretch, 10 and 12. Yes, Scott animates, correct. Smash that like button, or double tap the screen. Okay, It's not all said and done, but it just, it's a pretty interesting time right now for me. And just trying to keep everything balanced without, oh, there we go. Just gotta keep reading. Thank you for keeping me informed about that. I'll keep reaching out when we get to the point of readiness, though. I'm still thinking of the master build. Did you send me a photograph of your guitar, Sky? Where are you posting the guitars? I am posting the guitars, so if you go to the channel homepage of Jason Carey Guitar right here on YouTube, you can go over, just kind of tab over to the community page or the posts page, and then click that. There's a list of sort of like posts, sort of like a timeline, and we feature the morning ritual guitars there. So you'll be happy to know we'd love to share your guitars. 1 E and a 2 and a T E and a fo and a... It's a good place for us to, like, let's say something happens and I needed to get a message to the crew here at Morning Ritual that an emergency happened. Like, at some point I plan to be here every morning, but if I can't be here, it's likely that I'll make a post there. Just an emergency thing. So just to be courteous, so people aren't wasting their time just sitting around waiting about, you know, wondering where the heck I am, if they're missing something or whatever. So I like to try to keep clean lines of communication. But this finger 2 and 3 is really whooping my bottom this morning. Oh, flat wounds, good idea. Fingers 1 and 2, frets 10 and 12. That was really something for me. That really burned my arm. Just focusing on the breath, shake it out a little bit, just continue with just whatever we have to do to keep it from paralyzing us. Just keeping that oxygenated 1 E and a 2, fingers 1 and 10, 2, 10 and 12. Oh, are you quoting Bob Dylan this morning? What is that, Shelter from the Storm? Just nice and easy, continue the breathing. All right, I wanted to let you know that also this session, this whole week, has been basically a communication designed for our good long-time member, and appreciated moderator, live chat moderator Kevin Haas. So Kevin, this fingerstyle week is for you, and hopefully this is working out for you. All right, we'll start with a stretch. So 15 clicks here. I don't know, it's really funny to just think that the internet is around now, just to sit and watch some old fat white guy stretch his arms on the internet. Weird stuff, isn't it? Just boggles the mind. Maybe it's like one of those channels I should just stretch my arms. I did have a question though, for real though, the other day about like how to prepare the wrists. I have one that I'll show you right now before we come back to it, because it's worth it, I think, for me to just kind of just go through the motions a little bit. "15 clicks, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but I think we're basically working on feel here, aren't we?" Yeah, I don't know. I thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do. Just start sharing some of those bluegrassy, flat picky tunes and give them a little bit of something, you know, sprinkle a little Jason Carey on them. And yesterday I released this video, I think it was Black Mountain Rag. I think we've been kind of working on these little bluegrassy, flat picking things. So it's a good idea, you know, I think, to check those things out and then take a look at those old-timey tunes that are just super approachable. And then here's what I do. And then let's say that the surface of the deck is right here. So I'm pretty much on hands and knees. It's kind of funny to say that, but what I'm doing is I'm placing my hands on the floor, and then I'm rotating like this, just kind of doing circles around those. It's a yoga move, but it really helps to just do circles each way, and then once you do them one way for, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 times, we'll just do those stretches the other way, and that really gives the wrists a good workout, something that's useful to us. And I would highly recommend doing that kind of thing. It's not a trivial thing. It's a good, healthy thing to do. So I'd like to invite you to do that. So Taylor 414, those are great guitars. I can see the fingerstyle just pouring out of that thing. All right, so fingers 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and stretch these guys. So I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit, and I hope that's okay with you guys. So 1 and 2. Oh, this is also the last day of the week, so we're closing the Moody River finger picking program. So we're actually working on the verse section today. So we'll be proceeding. If you still need some work, or would still like to have some review of the intro or the main melody, you can go ahead and just kind of go back to yesterday or any video that yesterday, the day before, and go ahead and pick up, re-engage with the last 15 minutes of those videos. But this video is specifically going to just kind of work on getting the melody done. Okay. I'm on my PRS this morning. Very cool. 1 and a 2 and a 2 and 4, 9 and 12. So I think those are 6s. 1, 2, here we go. I'd like to get to minor pentatonics again today, because we have some stuff coming up next week that I really want to get pentatonics worked up. It just kind of feels good when you feel like your pick is on rails, you know what I mean? I've never felt like that, but I imagine it would feel pretty good. So fingers 1 and 3 on frets 9 and 12. Here we go. And you can do a little slur to get from one position to the other if you like. Kids off the school scale. There you go. Thanks, Marco, for handling that. I kind of got derailed and forgot about that. I'm sorry. And, mark this day on your calendar, because I never say the words "I'm sorry." I never do. I just can't do it. Not worth it. I don't want to put myself in this situation to be sorry, so I really don't want to say it. But I could have looked better. Let me rephrase that. I could have done I've been more engaged with the live chat. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 1 and 4, 7 and 12. Sixes. 7 and 12, 1 and 4. Sounds like we're on set of a Star Trek like show or something. That's about all I can do on this guitar for now. And then once again, I'm just going to get straight ahead, move right along to fingers 2 and 3 and 4 and 5s. Ready? 2, 3, and 4, frets 10, 11, 12, and we're using quintuplets here. 5 attacks per beat. We're at 60 beats per minute. 60 beats per measure, sorry. 60 beats per minute. There we go, saying sorry again. So we have this really beautiful old vintage, you know, that it's kind of broken, but it's been using the same battery for years, so I don't know. Maybe there's a battery in there still. So fingers 2 and 3 and 4, 10, 11, 12. But this feels really slow to me. So it'll be a good chance for me to work on my breath a little bit and talk over the 5s. You all know that I've been working on talking over 5s, and this is a good opportunity for me to do that. It's a little bit like I've got to really keep it in my body and really start feeling it. So I'm working on walking with my one toe and then the next. Fingers 1, 2, and 3, same thing. 1. Never complain, never explain. I love that. Working the click here this morning. If you're here and you can stomach it, go ahead and smash that like button. Yeah, very cool. Stoicism at its finest. It's my life. That's my son's motto. All right, he's pretty good at that kind of thing. He's very good at that. All right. Sorry is not always a sign of weakness. That's true, right? As soon as you say the words always or never, there's always an exception, right? That's always an exception. So I always use the word, I try not to use the words always and never, right? Love you forever and always. Oh my gosh, God. You know, we've made a covenant together with God, so when we were married together, so that's enough, I think. 1, all right, we're up to 4 fingers. This time we're going to switch between 4s and 5s. every position. So every position will just kind of work up to, you know, the 4s, and then we'll get down to the 5s, and then we'll go down to 4s, and then 5s, and then 4s and 5s, and we'll alternate positions with rhythmic breakdowns. Does that sound okay to you? I hope it does, and I hope that you're really going to enjoy this one. So there might be, like at the Thanksgiving dinner table, if the food is really great, once you pass the grace period of, once you say grace and it's time to eat, and you get through the serving and the passing of the salt shakers, all of that stuff, and it gets really quiet, you know that it's really good food. You know, if no one's yapping, if we don't talk over the dinner table, you know that it's good food. So hopefully we'll consider this good exercise. 1 and a 2, and it'll start with 4s. Hold on to your hats. This is hard. All right, here we go off again with fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to just plow through 60, 6 attacks per beat. So 16th note triplets or something like that. Popocatépetl, think that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on frets 9, 10, 11, and then 14. The 13th fret is covered by that stretch up with the 4th finger. 4th finger is getting super strong these days, is it not? So 1, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. All right, we'll do the same thing. Finger 1, stretch back to, we'll put the kickstand out, stretch back to fret number 8, 10, 11, and 12. So this is what it looks like. Here we go. 1, 2, T, and a 4. sure does beat politics. Yeah, you got that right. You could say guitar trumps politics. You know, I always liked all of my musician friends until they started to really just shout politics everywhere. I really think, you know, I really feel that it's you know, music is a sacred area. Music is sacred ground, you know. So I'm just going to run through this stretch program, and here we go. Yes, very nice stretch program. 15 clicks, super simple, something really easy. Mark, have a wonderful day, man. All right, we have some time to do the next plane. We can plane some pentatonics. We have a little bit more time before we flip the switch. So let's just I do not wish to speed through this. There is no expediting that I know of for nor is there a substitution for good quality breathing and good quality stretch. And here we go. Good morning, Bernard. Hey, how are you? Oh, okay. Hopefully everything's okay, and you'll be up and running again soon. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I would rather stay home and play guitar. I understand. I definitely understand that sentiment. Yes. I'm hoping to be a grandfather by Monday. My daughter is 7 days over due date. Oh, a little stressful, yeah. We'll send some prayers from here, from the family, the Carey family, for you guys. That's a beautiful, beautiful situation you find yourselves in. All right. Oh, new life, new life. Thank God for new life. Right, so where were we at? We were at minor pentatonic 1, pentatonic 2, and then 3. Now we're on pentatonic 4. So let's take a look at this. We'll start with, it's A minor pentatonic, and we can reach fret number 12, so we're starting right here on 4. The 5, which is the 5th of the scale, the flat 7, the 1, the flat 3, the 4, the 5, the flat 7, and the 1. And then the flat 3, and then 4, and then the 5, and the flat 7. We could kind of turn it into a really nice harmonic minor scale, but for now we'll just kind of plane that 1 4 1 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3 2 4 1 4. Let me do that one more time. 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3 2 4 and then 1 4. Good. 1 and 2 and P and a 4 E and a. Just planing this pentatonic shape. It's another unaltered pentatonic shape up and down the guitar neck, just preparing for some stuff that's happening next week before we rock on into finishing out our week with Moody River, a fingerstyle approach to Moody River, which is I think I've heard a number of players play the song, and and it's just this beautifully sad song, awesomely sad song. If you're here, if you're here and you still would like to, you still have an opportunity to go ahead and smash that like button if you would. Play guitar with them and go play golf. Ooh, golf, there you go. Ram Media and Technology. Thank you very kindly. You are more than welcome. If you're just showing up, if you're just new to this situation, let's go to number 5 here. So we'll go ahead and play this one too. This is the 5th variation of the A minor pentatonic across the next. We'll start on position 12, fingers 2 and 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, and 1, 4, 2, 4, and then 2, 4. It's a nice symmetrical pattern. A little Michigan sandwich here. So we've got 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Yep. Here we go. 1 E and a 2. Playing some pentatonics. It's playing up and down. We'll play all day long. Just tuning in, I'm here every weekday. We're all here. Most of us are here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This time of year, and this is a morning ritual for guitar growth. And we do this breathing process, tuning process. We go through this mechanical warm-up process, and then we also do some specializations as the session proceeds to, approaches its terminus. So today we will complete our work with Moody River, which we are just getting ready to start right now. So it's free every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. The only thing that it does cost is your seat time, and your seat time is not replaceable. So it's up to you to decide, whether it's a good fit for you or not. But I'm personally feeling some monstrous gains, some really great gains. I'm coming back to the thumb this morning. I'm typically a fingerstyle player. I typically contour and shape my fingernails, and condition them and prepare them. But I sliced my part of my fingertip off this weekend with a mandolin while I was chopping some jalapenos. Imagine that. So all of my fingernails came off, and I'm almost never in the position to use my thumb like I used to use it as a younger fingerstylist. And I forget how much I really liked this, because I used to go through all of Jimmy Page's repertoire, like acoustic repertoire. It's been a long time. So I remember those days, and I remember playing it enough so that I would develop these calluses on the side, and these tissues develop calluses, and I can feel it happening now. I haven't felt this feel for a long time. And so the index, middle, and ring fingers, they all get harder and calloused, and they sound better the more calloused they are as a fingerstylist. If you're playing fingerstyle without fingernails, it's definitely a good way to go, is play enough so that we can develop some calluses. So right now I'm just working on so what is it, ostinato, or repeating bass line, just a note that just stays the same in the bass. And maybe I'll reduce the number of subdivisions so that we just play quarter notes. And I'm really trying to get that attack to happen precisely at that moment, so I can create that 1.21 gigawatts or whatever it was. But it's harder to do than it looks. If you thought chasing English Springer Spaniels was fun, you should try chasing a metronome at quarter notes at 60 beats per minute, because it'll really wake it up. It just wakes up everything. So here we go, starting with so we're moving back and forth between the E minor, basically, and the B7, and then the C chord back to G. What was that? And then we run back right to the, but right away I'm away from the metronome, so I'm clearly in need of some work here. So we've got this really nice 8th note grid pattern, or 2 attacks per beat in the bass line, and we'll keep that steady. Tommy 456, what's going on? It's a Martin DX2E, and it's a really fun guitar. It's a guitar I don't mind putting some mileage on. I have some other guitars that I'd like to refrain from overusing or abusing. This one, I just want to drive it. I just want to bull in a china closet and just put some miles, like hours and hours on it, you know. Just alone. I have a rubric too. If any of you are interested in reviewing if you are videotaping these morning rituals, I know Raul is. If you videotape the first one that you did, compare it with where we are now. I have a rubric. If you are interested in that rubric, so that you can kind of gauge your progress from then until now, just email me, because I'll send it over to you. So it's jasoncareyguitar@gmail.com. Just let me know and I'll send it over to you. It's one of the things that we would have used in music school, and we have we sprinkled a few other pieces of magic on it too. 1, 2, a T, and 4, and then. So how do I get that melody? So I'm starting with the E minor, I'm starting with, oh, I hear a little bit of Voodoo Child coming here. But I'm starting on that E note on fret 2 on the D, and then that's together with the bass note. And then it's not together. 1, 2, and 3, and then the open G string, which is paining me a little bit because I have no fingernail there, and it's it's an irritant, but we'll just take one for the team. And then we actually, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to get that thumb on that final 4th downbeat. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's the first bar, and I'll just keep up. Maybe I'll break it down half of that speed just to get through it. What is it? let's take a look, not half the speed, but we'll repeat it. There it is. 1, 2, here we go. Octave, and then up the minor pentatonic. And then we head on, because we're already on that A note here on the third finger, we'll use that B7, fingers 2, 1, and 3, on frets 2, 1, and 2. That's where we're headed to. Then we get to the B7, so we're starting with 2, 3, 4. We're really working to get that 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 bass notes pronounced properly. And you can frame to deliver the melody rhythmically any way you like, but I just simplified it so we can use this B7 open B string with the middle finger. And then we have this, so middle index. Then we get to the C chord, which is 3, 2 open on A, D, and G strings. 1, 2, 3, super easy. Just guitar for everyone. Good morning. Good morning. And then we would get back. This is the chorus, which we haven't talked about yet. Oh. There it is. Anyway, so it's going to look like this at the end, I think. So let me just give you the whole thing, just to kind of a little maybe up tempo, or at least in a position where I can play it. So 1 and a 2 and again. There it is. Two, three, four. You can go on to arrange it any other way you would like. So I think that's a pretty good place to finish up. If you have any questions, good morning, Jason. Hello to all. Hey, Wayne McFarland. Wayne, good morning. Congratulations on the grandsons. Wonderful thing, Jill. And good luck, Dan, over the weekend. Godspeed to you and your beautiful family. And Ram Technology, great to have you here. So just closing it up. Let's see. Any other questions? Any other questions? Now's a good time. All right. All right, that's it. All right, so I guess we'll end early today, and it sounds like a plan. I wish you all well and have a wonderful weekend, and take care of yourself. Send some prayers to Dan and his family, and we'll see you all on Monday morning for a fresh start. Good Lord willing. Anyway, happy picking until we meet again. We'll see you then. Thanks for being here, especially the blah, blah, blah. Thanks again. I'm just going to ramble on. So happy picking, friends.